East African Chamber of Commerce Annual Conference. This is a conference that attracts delegates and attendees from all over East Africa.
This is what the Chamber is about. It's about connecting people with who they want to connect with. At the end of the day, it benefits everyone.
East African Chamber of Commerce is a gateway for both East Africans and the Americans going to Africa to invest. So for us as business owners, as part of this wonderful diaspora, it is a must to join this organization.
East African Chamber of Commerce is a platform for everybody to come and showcase what they have, what they can do. And for the East African Chamber of Commerce, we've made it possible for everybody to come and market anything.
I heard you talk about the joint venture program with Africa on jet fuel and diesel programs. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
We prefer joint ventures where the country, for instance, might have an asset, natural gas resources or oil resources. Those countries then could put those assets up into an escrow pool. And when they do that, we would be able then to pull a bank guarantee, that type of thing, so that the country does not actually have to come out with money, but we have to have a reason to come to the country.
Africa is the last frontier, in my opinion. Here in the U.S., in the real estate business or even in the energy business, you're really capped at the types of monies that you can make. It's unlimited in Africa. From energy to housing to infrastructure, you really have to go. You have to experience it.
What we would like to see is companies contributed into the society, into helping make that infrastructure from an energy perspective, as well as helping the community expand.
My organization is called Breast Cancer Initiative East Africa. It encompasses all the problems regarding breast cancer in the whole of East Africa.
I've learned a lot here. It's all about networking. And one of the things that I want to make sure is that the knowledge that we get here, it's contagious like malaria. So when I go home, people get affected.
I want to see the connection.
That is our secret sauce that we cannot get, just like the here.
A few of your fellow panelists made jabs at you saying that ask Dr. Spinelli, he has all the money. What do you say about that?
Well, I mean, they were making jokes, but the truth is we do have money, and it's very challenging to get financing to do a project, particularly do a project in an emerging market country. But we have the financing available because that's what our mission is. That's what we do. We've been doing this for over 50 years, and we're sponsored by the U.S. government. We're part of the U.S. government. It's to try to bring positive economic development to the countries we serve, over 160 emerging market countries throughout the world.
When I joined the Chamber, I did it blindly, only because I had a need. And I said, I want to grow my business. What do I do? Who do I connect with? I joined the Chamber. Things have changed for me significantly and for others. Because you want to see something different from the East African Chamber community, also the American community. Again, we're a very diverse, very inclusive group of people.
We believe that our future is in the East African community. Every country is in a win-win situation.
We thank you for exporting the spirit of the East African community to the American continent. The dream of East Africa begins around 1890 with the East African High Commission. So the people of East Africa have always desired to be together.
You have the ability in places like Uganda with multiple cycles per year, in places with tremendous water and now growing transportation in Rwanda, Kenya, and all of this infrastructure that you're building. You now have the ability to exponentially increase the amount of wealth in your country and solve the problems of poverty, not just for your own countries, but for the rest of the world.
Why I support East African Chamber of Commerce? Because I have a dream and a vision for you. I see all the companies wanting to invest in East Africa, all the US companies wanting to invest in East Africa coming through you.
So I want to thank the diaspora, the support they give to their governments and the economies back in East Africa. So please go on, and we shall continue to make it possible for you to work and live here.
The call of action is get engaged, join the chamber. This is a community that's here for you.
We're going to basically work with the East African Chamber in terms of increasing their share of voice in the marketplace. We're looking for, the most profitable pathways that we can find.
You have the resources, you have the right people to meet, and so I encourage you, it's not a loss to you. It's less than $1 a day. It's a great investment on yourself.